Got my mom coming over in a little bit. She's going to help me basically start a couple flowers. I mean, we're just going to do marigolds today. I've got a metric ton of them that we saved from seeds that she had last year. So I want to see how well we did saving them to have them ready. So yeah, and then with that, just kind of organizing a little bit. For those that saw, oh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of those today. I should need 5, I think, is all I'm going to do. Well, we'll see. We'll see what that number looks like. So, anyways, yeah, so it's just basically working in the greenhouse here a little bit and just getting stuff ready. Gotta, hopefully we're past the last of the like long-term, like hard freezes that we had. It should be for the most part. The greenhouse will do its job. It'll keep everything for the most part safe. So, which is good. All right, organized here. Vegetable. Herbs. So, use the spinach. Throw some more of this. Stuff is good in basically a month and a half. Nice. So we're gonna. Everything that we're. Well, I already have some spinach, so I gotta get more sown. So that we have some. I got some lettuce. Stuff we're gonna get sown. This looks like a delicious type of lettuce. Try that. Corn. Oh, I got some cukes. Let's see. Gonna do cucumbers inside the greenhouse this year, so that should be. We'll call that interesting. I think that's the phrase I'll use. Oh, got my peas, got my little marbles. Great, those did so good last year. I think I can sow these early. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do peas this week. I'm gonna leave them out. Peas for sure. I'm getting done this. Squash is gonna wait. Keep these open ones just over here for now. Let's see. I'll do peppers. So if I want to do some green, well, my wife doesn't like green peppers, so it ain't gonna happen. Is it perennial or is it an annual? Onions, watermelon. I did watermelon last year. Man, watermelon's hard to figure out when to cut. I just got to be like the last acorn squash. Was that again this year? Beets. I don't want to grow them though. Let's start them. So I grew these monstrosities last year. These mammoth gray stripes. I have so many of them. It is insane. Yeah. I saved some for the birds just so they can have it, and then also for my other sunflowers that I have, because I'm gonna grow a bunch of them again. I really did like those. Eggplant. Almost like 3 months to maturity. Good Lord. I don't understand eggplant. It's one of those things that I've never quite understood. It's we don't really do cabbage. Herb. Carrots. Let's sell me some carrots this week. Bush bean. Wait. Poppies going out. We don't really do radishes. Lavender. Let's try lavender. Or carrots. Kind of a field day with carrots. All right. Oh, cowpeas. Just from the swallows there. Some squash zucchini, eggplant. Gotta wait till it warms up. Coriander. Rose. Cucumber. Collards. Yeah, this is. Yeah, I did not sort all my stuff correctly last year, so. Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of beans this year. Yeah, for that, something corn, parsley. There, we got collards. There, Swiss chard. There we go. That's one I want. Beans. Oh, sun's coming out, warming up in here. Heck yeah. Some cauliflower. Red Edmonds cauliflower. We got some kale, cabbage, radish, more beans. I'm just gonna have to do a bunch of beans this year. More lavender. Radish. Not really radish, people. It's beans. So we're gonna grow. Beans are so cheap around here, though, because the farmers, they grow a ton of them. So I don't really like to use it in my space if I can help it. So, which I can help it, so I won't be doing that. I don't want to. Dill isn't really useful. This corn was really good last year. So it's open. So put it there. Chives. Chili pepper. I think those are. Yeah, may give them a go. Leeks. So we got leeks that are like stored. I want to say here. You can find them just out in the woods around here. Leeks. I don't know if you've ever had them or not before, but it's just like a light onion flavor. They're really like. What word I want to say here? Delicate. That's the word. They describe it, delicate. But they do take up a lot of space. I don't know if I'm interested. So we got cukes. Okay, so I probably want to start these in April. So think about start those in April. Mid-April. I can get them out there and protect them. Here, tomatoes are fine. More flowers, more radishes. Man, they gave me every radish, I think. I have more radishes than seeds than I know what to do with. And then, there we go, black-seeded Simpson. Now we're talking. All right. Need the mustards. All right, got some yellow squash is good. More coriander. You don't really need to do onions. Some more banana peppers and more bush beans. Okay, there's that. So for today, I found those. Everybody else can go back in here. This guy's done. Hash piece. I'm not doing iceberg lettuce. You can't. Iceberg lettuce costs a grand total of like 4 cents, but no way I'm paying for that. So, anyways, kind of getting my seeds all set up here. Like I said, my mom's coming over in hour and a half. She's gonna be doing those things. Gonna be helping out with some stuff, but just kind of getting. I'm gonna have bunch of work done in the old garden today, which will be nice. But I got to get my soil prepped for. Kind of get these things laid out. I want to get my get these guys set. Yeah. So give these guys a go and see what happens. Hopefully I don't. I'm not sure how many I can plug in at a time. We's about to find out though. That's gonna happen. One, two, three. I almost want to start some cucumbers now just to. Let me do that. Let me just start a couple. I've got plenty of things to start them in. These guys were okay last year. You always grow them in here. You know what I mean? I got the greenhouse. Might as well use it. Switch them. Yes. Maybe if I do some cucumbers and tomatoes in one. I got some. Yeah. Not too worried about that stuff. So anyways, yeah, it's just a good day today. Getting rolling with this stuff. All right. See what, oh yeah. The other one, a whole bunch of herbs started too. Got some fresh herbs. I got basil started already. Ain't worried about there, but we're gonna get some oregano going. Oh, cool. And this is I'm gonna get some oregano going. Yeah. So I already got basil going. Some oregano. I've got thyme out in the garden. I wonder how it's doing actually. I wonder how they did over the winter. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it died out over the winter, but it'll be back. It got huge. Like my thyme was monstrous. I was very happy to be out and about. So, oh, that sun feels so good. It's just been like a dreary, cold, yuck winter so far. So I'm excited to be able to get closer and closer to where we got warmth here and get rolling. I'll put you guys right here for now. So I got those flowers. We'll be starting them. My oregano. I can at least get started on some of my. Maybe the oregano just in its own thing. All right, so let's get this rolling. We are going to get this stuff on first. All right. So, top tip, if you have the room in your potting soil, put it in a bucket and get it wet first. Don't try to wet it in the trays. Spend some time, get it wet first. I'll be right back. You guys come with me. I understand, why not? Sorry about the view. We'll get that a little bit better for you. So anyways, yeah, garden's coming along. Got my, see those, they made it through the winter. My Brussels sprouts, that. And then I've got my, let's see, work with me here. Wants to flop all over, sorry. Bring this down. I've got my winter, my rye is doing good. Starting to green up, which is nice for my cover crop. Okay, that should be good first go with that. Need more. Yeah, that's the thing with your topsoil or the potting soil mixes you get. They're really hygroscopic to begin, meaning they don't like water. So what I always do is, and then when you put them in each one of your little potting trays, they don't ever. Yeah, it takes forever for them to soak up. So I just get everything wet in a bucket first, just get it started. So when it's going into the trays, it's already hydrated. You just end up with, wet hand, but so what? We're in the garden, you know what I mean? So anyways, take y'all back to the greenhouse here. Get started with some of my brassicas and other stuff. So, but I hop on here from time to time to put videos about me and me fumbling around in the garden. So that's your thing. I'm kind of check out what I'm doing. But like I was saying, I'm actually a business coach, and this is what I do for, I'm saying, pseudo hobby. Not the videos. Well, the videos are definitely the hobby. Definitely don't do that for a living. You can just tell my cinematography is pretty garbage right now, but yeah, so I do this along with the gardening. So excuse me real quick. Already getting too warm in here. Greenhouse is doing its job. You're staying nice and warm, so. All right, sorry if I'm making extra noise on there for you folks, but. So anyways, I just got back from getting my potting soil ready. So again, one of the top tips that I tell folks is with your potting soil, throw it in a bucket first, soak it with water in there. So that way, because it's so hygroscopic, you know how it is when you're filling it. The crap never wants to actually soak up water when you're trying to pour it in, or the other alternative is you fill up. The other alternative is you fill up one of these trays, these empty ones, right, with water. Then you put these full of soil, and they just sit on top of it. And you're staring at yourself for 45 minutes while you're waiting for it to, to soak up the water. Forget that noise. What you want to do is go ahead and get some moisture in that potting soil to start. Then you're off to the races. You know what I mean? So, all right. So let's get this guy off here. So, we're going to start with this one because I'm going to do this little guy first. Right, you've got the covers right there. Good. I got two of these. Have one more. This is why I am not organized today, and I apologize for that. But I will make it work. I'm missing one of my bottom pieces. So anyways, what you do, it's real simple. Just come in here and in the bucket and just see that or not, but I'm just put it in the bucket and just pressing it in. And the thing is that what's really nice about this is it's already pre-wet, so you can kind of give it a little push to take care of any of the air pockets that are going to be there. But the other side of this is, like I said, you're just not wasting all that darn time trying to get this potting soil, or your whatever you're using for starting your seed starting mix, to soak up water, because we all know it doesn't do it it sucks, really. I mean, it's just a pain. So all right, so that is my one. Okay, so this guy goes here. Just nice. Again, you can pre-screen your stuff if you like to. I know a lot of folks do. I'm not really a big pre-screener. Not really my biggest concern if there's some extra little wood chunks in there, because you can take them right out. It's like a little extra work for, again, if you want it to be pretty and perfect, by all means, do your thing. There's some stuff obviously with the roots that'll happen, but again, I've never really had any issue with it. So you see here, I'll move a little closer for you guys. So right now I'm prepping for, haven't really decided what I'm gonna go with. I know I got a bunch I gotta get started here. So I'm just getting everybody just a little push down here. There are going to be air pockets. That happens when you do it dry too. So, but just want to push this down, take care of these little air pockets the best you can. A little firm press. You're going to see it's collapsing. It's fine. And like I said, top tip on this one is, like I told you, like I mentioned, what you saw me do. Get your potting soil moist, your seed starting mix, whatever it is, ahead of time. So that way it sets in there, and then if you see where you've got any gaps that need to be taken care of, just put this stuff down here, it's just in the way. Come back in, just level it off. And there we go. And once I get these seeds in here, whichever ones I'm going to do, then we're set. And with that, I've got grab another set of gloves here. That's the other piece. When I'm doing this, I always got 2 sets of gloves. Be right back. Grab my second set. All right, so what I do is I have a one set. Anyways, as I'm going through and doing this stuff here, I'm going to do my best to try to keep you guys right up in the business here. You ain't worried about what I look like. You want to see the action right here where the seeds are going. I get it. But as I was saying earlier, before I left, you keep 2 sets of gloves. I always do this. These are nice, cheap ones. You can get them in like a 5-pack, so like 10 total gloves from Lowe's or Home Depot. They're great. So I keep 1 set that's down with the actual potting mix or the seed starter. So those can get all wet because my hand's in there mixing, and then I just swap out here to these when I need them. But right now, I have to make a decision. What is this guy going to be? This is going to be not going to be my cucumber. I'm going to start him somewhere else. It's going to be not going to be my lettuce. I'm going to get I grabbed. Did I not grab them? I did. Here we go. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. We're cooking with gas now. I want to see how much better these do. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Good Lord. Brussels sprout seeds for days around here. So they need to go full sun. All right, so we've got. All right, so we're up here in Michigan, so it doesn't get like super hot until like August time frame. So brassicas are kind of interesting. We can start them indoors and kind of have them basically finishing up here. In part of, I guess, what is this? 1/2 inch. Okay. So we can actually start these in like right now, and they'll be ready to go for us to harvest just before July, like end of June, because it'll be warm, but it's not like it's crazy. Then in June. So, all right. So I got Brussels sprouts. Will be done. I need to get this, cover them up. Coverage there, a little coverage there. There, good. They don't really need much help to get going. Like about Brussels sprouts, they just kind of grow. I have a set of them out there that I actually planted they made it over the winter. I knew they would. They went dormant. Now they're going to be popping up. So this will be my second set of them. I want to see what this does, where I start them a little bit early, like now in March. That way. Then let's get a label for these guys. These guys right here. Today's the 24th. This is Brussels sprouts. Brussels spits. 320. 320. Right there. This has got the little thing on them. The way that the lid goes on, I've got to kind of keep it off here, so which is fine. That's fine. We'll be fine. Matter of fact, I might not even. Well, I'm going to keep these guys humid to start. All right, so there's that. That's that Brassica. We're gonna do some broccoli next. I want to see how these do out here versus indoor starting. Broccoli, and then we're gonna get some. Yeah, we're gonna do a ton of marigolds today, I think. I'm not too worried about these guys being necessarily warm. With broccoli, so that's the thing too. So broccoli and Brussels sprouts are basically our cousins. They're the same plant. So I'm going to grab my little pokey thing here. Look at that. 1, 2. So, link. I don't know why this thing came with this, but I'm glad it did. Something to help me. Holes in here. Started with this. All right, so next is going to be our broccoli, which broccoli matures quickly. I'm not too worried about. Let me just, I'm just going to do one row of broccoli because these, I don't want to grow these in here. Yeah, I may actually grow them in here now that I think about it. We'll see how they do. We'll thin this down. I don't think they're all going to go, which is fine. Pop a couple of these guys in here. I'm going to be getting my own broccoli seeds this year, so gotta be careful of them though. I don't know when the apocalypse is going to hit. You're going to need broccoli seeds, so I'll be good about that. These guys have all been covered. Check. A little bit more soil on top of them. Like that. All that good. Push. Keep on moving that excess down. There we go. A little push down. It'll be good for them if they got to earn their keep a little bit and push through. Okay. So them's my broccolis. Okay. I think that's what I'll do them in rows of 2. So if they're touching them, that's what they are. Next one's going to be broccoli. This one's going to be broccoli. It's 320. No, 324 today. What am I thinking? 24. I gotta change that one. 324. There we go. Oop. Those guys. All right. Definitely want to get them mixed up. So, like I said, I've got Brussels sprouts that went in the ground last year. They went dormant over the winter, and now they're picking back up again. So they've already shot up about this high, and which is nice. It's nice, All right, so there's that. What's next? I do want to get some lettuce going. I want to get some lettuce going here. I've got spinach already started inside. Stuff is ready. 65 to 80. 60 to 80. All lettuce takes way too long. That's just my opinion. We're going to definitely do some peas and carrots this week. That's happening. Here's some more carrots. I don't do collards. Swiss chard. There we go. That one I want to do. That'll get me to here. Swiss chard, and I got one more after Swiss chard. How about kale? Might as well have the whole family together. You know what I mean? So Swiss chard. Yeah. Well, I just do one of these. So one thing of Swiss chard, one thing of kale, and then one thing of cauliflower. Actually, we'll do one of one and then two of cauliflower. That's the winner. My wife really likes cauliflower, and I can grow those, and I've got plenty of spots for them. Grow them in the greenhouse here. So let's start. Cauliflowers to be last. Next up is going to be Swiss chard. Get this piece rolling. So Swiss chard, if you haven't ever had that before, I know it's reversed there, but it's good stuff. Really good stuff. It's a little peppery. That's where a lot of this stuff, when you get away from the, the American style stuff, a lot of our lettuces are pretty tame. So like some of these other varieties that we can get. But I mean, this is obviously Swiss chard. Oh, look at that. It's going to be great. Can't beat this. This grows well. I will probably... How far down I got to go? I need up 1 inch. Oh, got to get a little more push on there. There we go. 1 inch. Right here. 1 inch right there. So if you can get these little tools, you can pick them up. It's really great. So it's got different planting depths written across there, or different depths depending on which, centimeters or freedom units. So I got 1 inch down here, which is right there. So when I'm doing these, get everybody down to 1 inch. Go out of there. Down to 1 inch. There. Inch. Perfect. So we got Swiss chard going in right now. All right. So you're done. You need to. You guys need some. I'll cut them there. See who we can get to go, just to be on the safe side. Now, if you've never had Swiss chard, this stuff's good. It's not it can't be the. It can't be the star of the show, but it's a great supporting cast member. I think is the best way to put it. So, yeah, nice. Greenhouse is doing its job today. I can tell you that much. It's because it's still chilly outside, but the sun's been peeking out, and yeah, it's been great. All right, so there's Swiss chard. Let's get that one labeled. Maybe I can. I wonder. This thing's got. Of course it does. This thing's already worth its weight in gold here. Let's put it on. Yeah, this has been worth its weight in gold. My little multi-tool for in the garden here. A Beebury. Kind of nice. I've just got a set of shears in here. And then just like a regular multi-tool, it's got a ton of different stuff kind of off the side, different knife, saw, different little pokey things, everything you could possibly want. It's great, good stuff. All right. Anywho, Let's get this right down here. So this one is Swiss chard. Let's write Swiss on this. One nice thing about living in northern Michigan is the brassicas do well here. Swiss 324. I will know exactly what that means because I'm not growing cheese. Next is going to be kale. Kale coming in here. And I'm doing 2 rows of cauliflower. Yeah, sounds like a bad idea. Yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah, because everything I have, I'm going to pop into. We got some bigger pots here I can put stuff into. Yeah, be all right. So cauliflower. Okay. Boom. Right there. Okay. So let's get these rest of these folks done. Haven't done kale yet. It's fine. Kale, you've got to go down 3/16 of an inch. That's very specific. So something like that, something like that. Not quite a half inch. That's what that means to me. Actually, no, not quite a 1/4 inch. So, or 1 centimeter. Aha. So I have a centimeter marker. Look at that. Yeah. Basically, I just need to put it in and cover it up with some soil. That's what that's saying. I can do that. 55 days for the kale. I may be starting this a bunch this year in here. Because where I have my greenhouse, I strategically put it up against the north side of my garden, which is where my sunflowers grow. So it gets a lot of shade during the summer while it's still warm, which will be helpful for my brassicas, which is the plan. Okay. That one. Okay, get you guys put away here. All right, got some brassicas doing their thing. Now it's time for cauliflower. Oh, these guys just kind of get sprinkled on. Okay. Yep. Oh, you guys need to be covered. All right, let's see. Not too much. All right. No, I'll cover everybody after we're done. Let's do that. Instead of just grabbing that thing back and forth there. All right, where are we at? Cauliflower. Let's see what we got. And it's the thing with brassicas, you know, they love this type of weather we're in currently, which is whatever. So doing some cauliflower there. I'm gonna do, like I said, 10 of these. I don't expect them all to pop, but we get them planted here, and this is perfect weather for them. Like I say, we're just still chilly out. They're gonna be able to get a little bit of sun. They're gonna be living their best life here in the greenhouse. So they're gonna be okay. Now we are gonna see how they do. Okay, so that's done. I'll cover these guys up. These guys, again, just making assumptions. That's what I do. So again, just a reminder on this with the potting soil, pre-moistened. I can just get her in there and get to work. Cover it right up. The seed starting mix is great. It's all set. No issues, no nothing. It's there. Everybody's already moist. I know that's a word we don't use, but it is what it is. We're already set there. These guys are good. And now that everybody has been filled, and everybody's done their part, got their spot here. Doing the last little bit, just going to give everybody else a little firm pat down. Make sure that when we do water here, nobody gets washed away. Everybody's just kind of kept in place. Cool. I think everybody will be fine. We've been pretty smart about this. All right, there's that. Good, 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 good. All right, cool. So that's my brassicas. I've got my Brussels sprouts, my broccoli, my Swiss chard, kale, and cauliflower. At least the first run of them here are all in this tiny little guy right here because I've already got a set of, for Brussels sprouts, I've got 10 going. Like I said, I'm not sure how they're gonna do fine out here, but I already have 5 that are in the garden from last year that made it over. They overwintered, went dormant, and they woke up, and now they're already here in the first couple weeks, so they're ready to go. And then the broccoli, I've got 10 for those. I'm going to grow those in the greenhouse here. I'm not going to get planted out there. They're just because of how quick they are. So I've got, once they get rooted and they're set, I'm going to move them into, I've got some larger spots. I'm going to pop them in there. I've got plenty of like at that point potting soil for them there. Do all the broccoli. They're going to live in the greenhouse here along this side. I've got Swiss chard. I've got kale. Once they're up, they're going to go in, and I'm going to start my next set of, and basically every 2 weeks, I'm just going to have Swiss chard and kale going along with my lettuce. And then last is I got 10 cauliflower here. Same thing, cauliflower and broccoli are both going to be living their best lives in here. I only have, like currently, see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. I've got enough. I've got to build another 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves along here so I can have them all. These shelves, there's another live video I did where I kind of showed how I make them though, but these aren't 2x4s, these are 2x3 studs that you can get, and they're along with cattle, basically using this cattle wire or cattle fencing that you can get. It's left over from my garden, but the stuff's inexpensive enough, so I just basically set this up. So they're nice wired on here, so the water would just kind of drip down. Nothing's going to kind of sit at any one point. Everything will make its way down here and out down here. So, but anyways, these guys are set now. Get this over in the trash. Do this thing, and yeah, they're good to go. So let's get them. Next up is going to be my lettuce. I'm going to start a ton of lettuce. You guys, for now, you can live your best life. Just kind of hide over here for now. Like I said, in a little bit, we're going to be getting all sorts of marigolds started. Tons and tons and tons of them. So, like I said, we saved, my mom, she wanted do marigolds this year because I've got the greenhouse. And I was like, well, yeah, let's do it. So, well, here we go. All right, so with that, back to what we were doing before here. For those that weren't around, when you're doing your basically your seed starting mix, one of the habits that people have is they put the seed starting mix in and they try to get it wet. It's very hygroscopic. It does not like to absorb water. So what I do, and it was earlier on the live stream, and I'm going to do this a couple times here, is I just put everything in the bucket and then just put a ton of water and soak it up so everything is pre-moistened, and then just load up the cells this way. So that way, because typically what you do is you put the you put your seed starting mix, your potting soil in, right? And then you're dumping water on it. And, you know, it just flows everywhere. Or you do the other spot where you fill up one of these larger trays with water, and then you place your topsoil, your seed starting mix, your potting soil, whatever, in here, and you let it soak up from the bottom. All right, that takes like 45 minutes. Nah, just fill up a bucket, put a shit ton of water in it, you know, until it's, you know, you don't want it soaked, but you want a good consistency with it. So, and so yeah, so it's basically when it's wet soil. And now you just fill her up. And you'll see the other thing too. And no, I don't pre-screen my stuff. I'm not worried about the sticks that are in here and everything else. That's not nothing I'm really too concerned about. I mean, if there's a log in here, yeah, I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go in there. But beyond that, there's folks that do it, and there's reasons. I got it, but you know, for me, I'm not. I do this because I enjoy it. I'm not trying to make more work out of it. You know, like I'm not worried about getting down to the 3/16 of size or whatever some of that meshes they have. So the other spot is I'm going to show you real quick here is once you have this, once we get back up here, you want to, the one thing that people forget to do is, move this real quick. So I use 2 sets of gloves when I'm doing this, by the way. So I got one that is the scoop in nasty gloves. I mean, these gloves cost like $5 for like a set of 5 at like Home Depot. The one's got the little rubber spot on here. I don't really need to do a little bit, but anyways, after you get that piece done, one thing that people, when you do this method, and anytime you are using your seeds, right, in any sort of potting mix soil, right, that looks like it's pretty set. You got to come back in and give everybody a smoosh. Got to set it down because you got air pockets in there. That's going to happen even if you have dry topsoil, or sorry, potting mix, or your seed starting mix. Yeah, or you're doing it this method where you pre-moisten it. You just want to do that so you don't want those roots, especially the young ones, the new ones. Last thing you want to do is them finding an air pocket. It completely stunts their growth. Like they'll be done at that point. You know, they've only got enough energy really to get the roots set, and if they germinate next to an air pocket, you know, I mean, look at, if you can see this one here, it was full to the top. I mean, I got almost a ½ inch in there. So, and that's pretty common with anytime you're doing your seed starting mix or potting soil, regardless of the method you use. Just that folks don't think about it. So like I say here, my gosh, look at that log I didn't screen out. Oh my gosh. Oh, how would my seeds survive? My goodness. So anyways, and now when you got that spot, just come back over and just top them off again. Easy peasy. You know, channel your Bob Ross. Nothing to get worried about. You know, these little happy little accidents, whatever you want to say that, oh no, it didn't get filled all the way. But anyways, so now this is going to be my lettuce tray. I'm going to be starting lettuce. I start lettuce basically every week from now until like November. It's just, I'm going to be doing tons and tons and tons of this. So, all right, so there's that. Let me get my lettuces that I have. So with it, you can get these cool little tools. I'm not much for, again, to use the old Alton Brown thing where you don't want unitaskers, but these things are pretty sharp. Not literally though, it's not sharp, as in it's great. So what it is they got everything you can't see it on here, but they have centimeters on one side and then they have freedom units on the other. So like in this case, when we're talking about the black seeded Simpson lettuce I'm going to be starting here, planting depth is 1/4. Basically, it's a 1/4 inch or 6 millimeters. So 1/4 inch. There's a measurement for that. Tiny. You know, basically, nothing. You can just pop it right in. It gives you what the whole thing. So for some of them, like when you've got to do an inch, it's got that measurement too. So you can just pop that hole straight down in there, and it helps you so you're not eyeballing it. And we all know we're still going to be eyeballing everything when it comes to this, right? This isn't a surprise. All right, so. Already got kale started. Collards. There we go. The Batvian. And Paris Island, so 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we'll do those. Okay, so with that, let's start doing some lettuce. How about we're going to start again with the black seeded Simpson. This one's good. Let me read off the thing to you here. Abundant, crinkly, light green leaves with a crisp texture that makes it one of the most popular loose leaf lettuce varieties. The mild, delicate flavor is best if timed to mature during cool weather because it matures quickly. 65 days maturity. So basically, this stuff, is going to be great. But like in my greenhouse that I have here, I love about my greenhouse because it's going to be shaded during the summer. So I'm going to have a lot of my lettuce just growing in here, living its best life, and saying every week just starting a new set of it. So you're all right. So let's get these folks rolling. I'm going to be saving lettuce seed this year too, so that should be a bit of an adventure. Time we got. All right. So all these are 1/4 inch. I'm going to basically on this with the 1/4 inch, I'm just going to seed them and then put some more soil right over the top of them because pretty much all these should be a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch. But if you haven't seen lettuce seeds before, for anybody that's ever had that, they are tiny, 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 tiny little guys. So delicate. But same with lettuce seeds, they're almost always viable. I haven't ever really had a problem with any lettuce seeds ever making the trip and being able to grow. Okay, so there's those. I'll put enough out there to have, and what's great with like one packet, I've got, I'm gonna get almost 2 months worth of 2 to 3 months worth of seeds out of that. And when I have the first one is going to be going to seed, they'll take care of me for the rest of the year. So bonus for me. All right, so let's get that named because Brian will forget. Black seeded Simpson. Black seeded Simpson. That's 324. Okay, goes there. I'm going to come back around and cover everybody up at the end. Next one is Paris Island Coes. This is a romaine type. You can see it's on its side. Kind of hard to see, but it's it's a fatter romaine, which is that's right in our wheelhouse in this family. We love this stuff. Reach maturity in 70 days, so that's nice. That'll be just around June here. So like I said, I'll be starting these. Same thing with this. It's going to be getting started pretty much every week. Every week, well, yeah, about every week here to 2 weeks. This hardy type of lettuce, large, rect, oval, well-folded heads, dark green outer leaves, light green interior, valuable salad green variety, crisp, mildly bitter. That's what I'm talking about. With an endive-like flavor, even better. Yeah, I like a little tart with my lettuce. Like, the more peppery the better. Kind of like what is it? Is it Rocket? I think that's what I'm thinking the name is. Good stuff. So same thing here. Just look if you haven't seen them. Here's their lettuce seeds. They're basically identical, just a little bit lighter, very delicate. And like I said, one packet of these gives you a ton. And like last year, it's my first year actually on the property. Last year was my first year on the property. With my garden, it was brand new. It was all virgin soil, setting up the garden, and wasn't really sure how things were going to grow where they're at. So this year I want to say a better plan. I have a stronger plan for how I'm going to be putting these, but I didn't have this greenhouse last year, so was a little bit of a challenge trying to get stuff going. So but this year we're going to be all set. All right, so this is Paris Island. So just put lettuce Paris Island on this. So once my mom gets here, it's easy. We're just going straight marigold time, and those are cake. So lettuce, Let us pray. Terrible joke, I know. Paris Island. Island 324. Oh man, that's gonna be great. Just in time for summer. So yeah, I got that one. Next up is gonna be another endive, Batvian. I have no idea, or no, Batavian, that's it. It's gotta be Batavian. There's no way that it's pronounced any other way. I'll ask what you guys think here in a second. Okay, so this is where have I been putting my lettuces at? They've been opened. Oh, where did I put them? Ah, here we go. All right, so it's gonna be backwards, but let's endive. All right, it's backwards for me. Yeah. Batavian? Anything. Endive, Batavian? It's gotta be. Throw me. So here's the full thing on the back. I love these. Endive, Batavian, full-hearted Escarole. And again, so Chicorium, endive, botanic, and then Escarola, Spanish. All right, I guess try with tacos. No, that's not Spanish. What am I thinking? Tapas. There we go. I'll try with some. I'm sure there's a tapas with it. So this is 6. Let's see what it says. If you enjoy salad, be sure to plant a row of endive. Looks like lettuce, but the flavor is somewhat sharper. Tolerates hot weather and frost. Can be grown in containers. Heck yeah. Love it. 60, 80 days. So 2 months to yummy, tart spiciness. Love this stuff. Oh, so these a little bit different on these. You can see because it's not technically a lettuce. You can see where it's a little bit different, a little hardier on these. So same thing though, 1/4 inch. These guys planted around. But yeah, this is good stuff here. And I'm saying it's only maybe 35 degrees outside, and it's 65, 70 in the greenhouse right now. The insulation, it's only really good for maybe 2 seasons at most because the UV rays get into the bubble wrap. But man, does it ever make a difference! So yeah, so just because these endives are going to be doing their thing, make sure I give it its full name here on the marker. I've had a few issues before, and where I've forgotten to mark stuff as I was going. Yeah, it didn't end well for me. So it's an endive. We'll just put endive. I think it's probably the easiest. I don't think I want to spend out Batavian because I have to explain that, but everybody knows endive. Right? You guys know endive? I'm sure you do. Nice and spicy. Spicy lettuce. Not spicy like OnlyFans. Spicy isn't OnlyPans. That's Susu. 324. Okay. There's them. Last but not least, don't want to do collards. I think we're going to do this one with it. So this is, we're going to do pepper. Got Big Jim chili. It's medium hot, right? So capsicum, anum, botanics, the name, which spicy pepper, that's what they all are. Open pollinated, fleshy, tapered pods, average 7 to 8 inches. So about yay. I think that'll be good dried out. Chili 13. Okay, so basically these are just going to be nice and hot. So uses: frying salads and grinding into chili powder. Drying fresh market. So yeah, I'm gonna grow these out and dry them this year. I got gentleman who I was watching his house. He let me have his dehydrator. I used it for seeds last year. I'll be using it for some peppers this year. See, I know they don't smell, and like you would expect, they look like pepper seeds. I'm gonna go and rub my eyes here later a little bit. It'll be great. I'll get these started. So these pepper plants, I think, is the latest phase 2, is that these are perennial. So you can overwinter these, which I plan on doing. These need to be down. I'll push these down here. Yeah, 1/4 inch. These guys will just get pushed down. Matter of fact, let's make them a little spot right now. Get in there, you. Get in there. There we go. Spot there, little spot there. This little tool, stumbled across it. I was like, man, this is going to be a waste of money, but man, I use it. Well, use it all the time right now. Good little measuring tool for this. It's a unitasker again. Alden Brown, if you're watching, because I'm sure he's totally watching right now. Don't hate me because I use a unitasker. It's not in the kitchen. Just using it out here. So, all right. Let me get this labeled real quick. It's the Big Jim pepper. I'll give you guys a look at the seeds here before I cover them up. So that's what I was saying. It's nice about here when you get the seed starting mix and or potting soil, whatever you're using. Don't overthink it. Again, making sure that it's wet first. Then you can come in and load this up and then put stuff over the top. So, Big Jim chili. Big Jim chili. See if I'm going to make my own chili powder this year. 324. And these will stay in the greenhouse. Okay, so let's take a look at these before I cover everybody up. There you go. So just going to give everybody a little bit of a push here and then a little bit of smush. They'll be all set. All right. Just a little push and a smush. Down here. Yeah, my lettuce last year did so good. It was nice just to be able to go out and I did it all in the garden. Just go and cut it fresh pretty much as it was coming up. It was nice just having it tapered like that. And then we just let it go to seed. And I wasn't really happy. The seeds, I wasn't really happy with how they looked. But this year, we're definitely going to be capturing as many seeds as I can. All right, so you guys are good. Cool. All right, now just time to cover them up. All right, one at a time. All right, because Ryan will mix up. I will mix these up. If I don't do this like one at a time carefully, I promise you, I will mix them up, and it will be an absolute mess. I just know me. Been around me long enough to know how that's going to go. So, all right. Okay, there's that. And everybody gets one more little tap. That guy's out of there. Okay. Next up is our, so that was the black seeded. This is our Paris Island, which is a romaine type, which would be delicious. Okay. Okay, there's that. Give it a good little push. They're good. Check. Next is my endive. Then we'll cover. I say in this week, we got a little bit of a storm coming through tonight into tomorrow. So probably after that, I will be out getting my all sorts of stuff going to get my carrots going out in the garden. Well, it's all right there. I just want to get this stuff done before. Got to focus. Get a little distracted at times, All right. There. What's a great thing too about, just to keep in mind here, is that this isn't your thing if you haven't really done a lot of time with in the garden or doing any garden work. It had been a while in between me doing stuff in the garden and then finally having the space again to do it the way I wanted to in the environment, and frankly in the right headspace to do it. Don't overthink it. A lot of these YouTube videos, they make it seem like it's this crazy science experiment that you've got to get exactly lined up correctly. And that's just not the case. It's not the case at all. And that's always bothered me a little bit, the way that it's set up. I need another holder for my goods here. One second. Yeah, but anyway, don't overthink it. That's probably the biggest thing I can tell you, is just don't overthink this stuff. Too many people. Right, I'm going to use this. This for the goodies. Don't overthink it. Just, it's really easy. Seeds plus, it's real simple. Seed, soil, water, sun. That's it. Don't overthink it. There's a million ways that you can complicate this stuff, and you know what? You may find out that what you have may not want to grow in your area. That's okay. That happens to everybody. There's things that you can't grow in certain spots. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing to get upset about. No reason to be angry or any of that. It just is what it is. Find what grows in your area. You do well with. Just go with that. There's things that I can grow up here, especially where I'm in 6. I think 6B was the old one. I don't know what it's called now. But we're subtropical here in my area of Michigan, is what it's called. What it's called. And we do corn. It gets huge, no problem whatsoever. But you go inland a little bit, the corn doesn't grow as well. Why? Because it's not as humid. So they run into some issues. So you just find what works for you. That's part of what I'm doing here. Just seeing what works best for me here. So I got this one. That's interesting that I don't have the bottom for this one. Where is that at, I wonder? That's interesting. Oh well, I don't need it. This guy's going to be just kind of hanging out. Anyways. Well, actually, I can just have him hanging over here. It's fine. It'll be good. This is going to be his spot. Right down here. There they go. So yeah. All right. So next, I need to start prepping these. Prepping everything for marigolds with my mom. So where'd that go? Here you. All right. I dropped my pen. So last year and I still have them up. I had my large marigolds. I grew some lavender. Then I kept a lot of the wildflowers that I had. And here's all my mom's marigold seeds. Keep these large ones away, because I did not want to get those mixed up with the dwarf ones. So I got my mom. She literally, all she did was deadhead a bunch of their marigolds. And show you guys. It seems this is a dried out marigold head here. Just pull out that pine. Good Lord, look at all those. There's like two dozen seeds in there. It's crazy, right? So we just deadheaded about, I don't know, I've got at least 1,000, easily 1,000 seeds in here. So we're gonna go nuts with them, because she wants a bunch of dwarf ones and I want some for the garden. So again, just another one here so you can see. Little tug. There's the seeds. Easy peasy. So, and yeah, it's another one. You don't really overthink it when you're doing your marigold seeds here. Like, they've got a pointy side. I don't know if you can see that or not. You got a pointy side. Now you got this flared side, like a little paintbrush. Just we've been watching how people do them. You'll literally plant them horizontal. Nothing to it. So, and with that, I put these, these were all deadheaded, and then I dried them out in our dehydrator that I had, just to make sure that they were nobody molded, because they do get very humid. So I'm going to put these other seeds over here. We're going to get into marigold mode here. And my oregano that I planted today too. We're going to do a ton of marigolds today. Like at least 2 of these. We each get about 72. Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, 72 marigolds, right? Might even do this one I'm going to do with oregano there. So I got 3. Yeah, we'll do 2 of them. All right. Again, what's nice about these sets too, when you get them, when you pick up these, if you can, you always want to get it where it's got the bottom thing to hold water. So that way you can just load that bad boy up with water after you've got everything seeded. And you're just loading up water here and letting it, get water itself that way. So you're not dumping water constantly on it. And then for each one of these, I'm going to put a heating mat under each one of them. So should be okay, because it's not getting it's only getting down into like the low 30s, high 20s in here, but the heat will keep everybody happy in this. So that's the theory, at least, right? So you want to have. So yeah, gonna be planting all these marigolds here. So with that, let me do this. Try not to make too big of a mess down here. I'm gonna just start. I think my mom wants to help with this for some reason. If she wants to, she can, I suppose. I don't know what. Yeah. And so these, what's nice is they actually. Come on. I want to break them. There we go. You set up these little bits right here, which is nice. So we'll do them one at a time. Careful. Great. There's there. Yeah, so that's going to be marigold time. Looking forward to it. Let me go ahead and get my mats positioned once I get them all full here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What time is it? I should be here in a little bit, I'm sure. So we can have these guys all set. Go ahead and start some oregano. Why not? Got a little time before she gets here. All of them are about 40. So oregano, on the other hand, we're going to get them going. There you go. Okay. So I got this older one here. $45. Perfect. So we're just gonna do I use a bunch of oregano in my cooking, so we are going to get this one set up, ready to go. Oh. My mom doesn't like to be on camera, so when she gets here, you're gonna have to kill the stream. So, but just like I had before, I've already pre-moistened all my starting mix, my seed starter. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to fill this entire thing up here. So it gives me a little bit of room so here. Give everybody a good little press to make sure it's down. Level as I can. Press it down. Then, my oregano seeds. Sorry about the shakes. You can see that. Well, you can see that there. So oregano seeds are minuscule. Like absolutely tiny they are. It's kind of hard to even tell, but these, I'm just going to kind of throw them everywhere. With this whole pack in this one thing. Yep, just like that. We're going to town. Every little seed's getting in there somewhere. I will thin it out once they all come up. There we go. No idea. I mean, kind of hard. Can't even tell, but they're in there. Smells so good though. Smells like oregano. Who'd have thought? All right. So now, yes, I'm just gonna put just a tiny little bit on there and just kind of, really just kind of mix everybody around. Like barely covers what it says. So a little bit more. There we go. And that is that. I mean, I still see some seeds. They're there. It is what it is. A little bit more. There we go. There we go. That's enough to keep it there. And then for this one, I am just going to put this guy right here. I'm just going to use the same little paper I ripped off. I don't want to waste a whole thing on it because oregano 324. Blink. Cool. All right. All right. There's that. And if one of my favorite things is when this stuff gets going, micro or oregano smells so good. Like, it's ridiculous how good it smells. All right, so there's down. They're down there. So yeah, I think I'm going to get some more potting soil in here and moisten it up and get it done. So that be done for today. Been cool hanging out with y'all. Feel free to like and subscribe.